and all these other puppets that get their speeches handed to them. Here's what to say. I got a speech from Donna Cabman from last May, and it says, "It's good to be back in blank again." That's Surrey. You're the blank. Everything is written ahead of time. I put a video on YouTube of the Prime Minister of Canada and the Prime Minister of Australia saying the exact same speech side by side. These men are actors. They have no allegiance to you as a people.
The world judged the Iraqi regime was a dangerous aggressor. In the interests of world peace and regional security, the community of nations required Iraq to surrender its offensive arsenal, its chemical and biological weapons, and abandon its nuclear weapons program. Iraq agreed to comply.
The world judged the Iraqi regime to be a dangerous aggressor. In the interests of world peace and regional security, the community of nations expelled Iraq from Kuwait, required Iraq to surrender its offensive arsenal, its chemical biological weapons, and to abandon its nuclear weapons program. Iraq agreed to comply.
Iraq's continued defiance of the community of nations presents a challenge
which must be addressed.
Presents a challenge which must be addressed. It is inherently dangerous
to allow a country such as
Iraq to retain weapons of mass destruction,
particularly
in the light
of its
past aggressive behaviour.
If the world community fails to disarm Iraq, we fear that other rogue states will be encouraged to believe that they too can have these weapons, these most deadly of weapons, to systematically deploy international resolutions,
and that the world will do nothing to stop them. That is the ultimate nightmare, Mr. Speaker, which the world must take decisive and effective steps to prevent. Possession of chemical, biological or nuclear weapons by terrorists would constitute a direct, undeniable and lethal threat
including
to Australia and its people. The world has tried for years other means, but so far to no avail. We cannot walk away from the threat that Iraq's continued possession of weapons of mass destruction constitutes to its region and to the wider world. In the final analysis, Mr. Speaker, the absolute conviction of the government is that disarming Iraq is necessary for the long-term security of the world and is therefore manifestly in the national interest of Australia.
In the final analysis, disarming Iraq is necessary for the long-term security of the world, to the collective interests of our historic allies, and therefore, manifestly, Mr. Speaker, it is in the national interest of this country.
So then what's the solution? Well, we have it. It's going to be a long road, where they say never give up on a dream just because of how long it'll take, because the time will pass anyway. What we're going to do, start a truth party everywhere. A new third party in every election. But instead of just being another entity that's going to lie to you or change their minds once they get in power, we're going to give you insurance for the day that a party member lies, either on the campaign trail or once in office. They will have pre-signed mandatory letters of resignation. In the event that they're caught in a lie, they are gone. One lie and you're out. That is not an unreasonable request. We cannot have people with access to trillions of tax dollars meeting in secret and cutting covert deals that none of us get to know the details of. We just get to pay. And you're paying more and more every year prices go up, wages go down, benefits get slashed, unions get busted up, our food prices are going through the roof. It's 15 bucks for a block of cheese, and you don't need a revolution? When we come to power, and we will, we are going to delete all of these fictitious, toxic derivatives and debt totals that you and your countries owe. A worldwide debt moratorium so that every person and every nation resets debt-free. Because you do not owe this money. Because the interest is compounding daily as we speak is on lent money that it cost these institutions nothing to give us in the first place. It's a scam.
We were told that when we had a president, we'd see a giant global political figure. The man that would be the political leader for 500 million people. The man that would represent all of us on the world stage. The man whose job was so important that, of course, you're paid more than President Obama. Well, I'm afraid what we got was you. And the question that I want to ask, that we're all going to ask is, who are you? I'd never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you. I would like to ask you, President, who voted for you? And what mechanism? Oh, I know democracy's not popular with you lot. And what mechanism do the peoples of Europe have to remove you? Is this European democracy? Well, I sense though that you're competent and capable and dangerous, and I have no doubt that it's your intention to be the quiet assassin of European democracy and of the European nation states. You appear to have a loathing for the very concept of the existence of nation states. Sir, you have no legitimacy in this job at all, and I can say with confidence that I can speak on behalf of the majority of the British people in saying, we don't know you, we don't want you, and the sooner you're put out to grass, the better.
The former leader of UKIP, Nigel Farage, has been injured in a plane crash. Police say the accident happened at around 8 this morning, just west of Milton Keynes, near Brackley in Northamptonshire.